Seb Costello here from Channel 9, and it's been an absolute pleasure to be here at the FMP Breakfast for this morning. There's so many great businesses coming together and networking and learning about each other, which is what it's all about. You never know the connections you can make and the opportunities you might be able to create at an event like this unless you get up and talk to people. And as you can see behind me, there's a lot of that going on. A lot of people are learning each other's names and each other's businesses for the first time. And I think if this morning's everything to go by, especially the incredible successful address by Sam Kekovich, then this is going to be a successful operation, and these breakfasts are going to be worth coming to for many years to come.
The purpose of today was simply to leave an underlying message about the future and the best way of addressing and moving ahead. You know, I've always maintained that the future lies with the individual, because when you've made as many mistakes as I have, you'll learn from your errors. And I've proven conclusively to myself that the most important component of moving ahead is you, the individual. You know, we look at all the sophisticated weaponry at our disposal, we look for pearls of wisdom, we look for inspirations here, there and everywhere, but we never see it where it really is, and that is within ourselves. We can do so much organically that we have become complacent. And in a condensing environment, and where we've got to really optimise our yield and become a more prominent player in our patch, all the weaponry is not going to do it, but you, the individual, can. Because we've all got an asset that can produce a point of difference, which I was alluding to. And it is having a point of difference that can take you from base camp to the mountaintop. You know, it makes sense? I'm Sam Kekovich.
So for the skeptics out there that don't think the world has changed, let me tell you, there is some very compelling evidence like the Mayor just presented now. Now there's a lot of you in this room that are rapidly approaching the Fridays and Saturdays of your life cycle. But you would also remember, there's a lot of you in this room would remember when Bob Hawke was a drinker. Remember when Qantas air hostesses were attractive. They even had a pulse. When a Cougar was a bourbon, a keyboard was a piano, a hard drive was a long trip through the country. And if you had a 3.5-inch floppy, you friggin' hoped like hell no one ever found out about it. So the world has changed when all the stakeholders get together, and we've been very lucky because the MLA, by definition, was almost a basket case 10 years ago with the meat and livestock. But because they came together with all the stakeholders, I'm talking about the farmers, I'm talking about the retailers, the butchers, and the ultimate endorsement, of course, was McDonald's, who, if you remember last year, put on the lamb burger. But that was the ultimate endorsement when you consider McDonald's in 30-odd years have never changed their routine or their modus operandi since day one. So it was a great endorsement for the Australian farmer, who in some very testing, trying times over the preceding decade, and me to elaborate how testing it has been in the rural sector, but it produced a quality product. And the retailers and the butchers and everyone have all come together to optimise the yield.